Welcome back, everybody, to the Coffee and Carving Show. I'm your host, Douglinker, and my special guest today is young aleclacasse.
Once again, wow.
Good grief.
I hate to spoil everyone on the show with my presence, but for the second time.
Yeah, it's a real treat. Real treat having you on.
Yeah, I like this background better, so I'm going to move this. There we go.
I would like to state for the fans that I made the mistake of calling Alec to show him a new discovery I found tonight. And he said, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Well, so let me explain.
Yes, please do.
I was going to do an episode on my own because I had reached out to some folks and wasn't able to get who I wanted to get this week. We have some great people coming up, but not this week. So I was going to just do it on my own.
Well, hey, whoa, back up.
No, I'll finish.
Back up.
I'll tell the story. What?
You have some great people coming up, but not tonight.
That's such an unfortunate.
That's all I heard.
No.
Maybe next week we'll have somebody better. So this week,
no.
Bear with us, folks.
I meant to put that in the past tense. So I plan on having someone really great, but didn't have anyone tonight. So you called me. I didn't realize. So I was also realizing that I did not record my solo podcast, and tomorrow's Friday. So I'm like, I have to do my solo podcast. And then you're like, oh, okay. Well, I just wanted to show you this. And I'm like, wait, do you want to do the podcast with me?
And what time is it on Thursday evening, Alec?
It's 10:26.
Like old times.
It really is, man.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez. Oh, Pete.
Well, happy to oblige.
I appreciate it.
Maybe
so this is interesting. You and I were talking earlier, and I've always been fascinated by wood finishes that look minimal because to be honest, I hate finishing. I don't like finishing my carvings. I leave a lot of them raw if I can,
Yep.
But I know it's not great. So you were talking about it.
So tonight, for those listening, watching, whatever, tonight I've made a little wood spirit, and I tried something different. So in the past, I have tried many different finishes on the cottonwood bark. And I was never happy. I was happy enough with the shoe polish finish.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is, like Howard's Feed and Wax, it goes really dark.
Yes.
And it's a black cottonwood, so it's extra dark already.
Right.
So I didn't want to go super dark all the time with the Howard's Feed and Wax.
Yep.
So you recommended that shoe polish, shoe cream. I guess you call it shoe cream.
Yeah.
It works well enough, but it's a real pain in the rear to apply.
Huh.
Like I always have to heat it up and try to brush it in and stuff.
Oh.
So I went back to Clapman's beeswax polish, and it has a little bit of that carnauba wax in it.
Yep.
And it gave me the shoe polish look. So this is what I did tonight. It gives me that shoe polish.
That is so much better.
So look at the color, the same bark, but the color difference is
unbelievably better.
Unbelievable. So the Howard's Feed and Wax, it soaks in.
Yes.
Just like putting an oil on it, right?
Right.
And this stuff kind of sits on top.
That is so cool.
But I actually tried something different. It's very subtle. You can't really see it, but I
love his nose so much.
I did a black wash on the hair.
Mm-hmm.
And left. Can you see that there?
It's so faint, but I think I can see it. Yeah, I can see it.
Very subtle, but there is just a slight difference, and just to mix it up, to try something different. But
yeah.
Anyway, so I was very happy with my find with this Clapman's wax.
Uh-huh.
So I wanted to share it with you, and Now I'm doing the podcast.
You should know not to call me late at night like this.
Well, that's all right.
You should know better, Doug.
I should know. You know what? It's my fault.
It is. It really is.
It's my fault
that you say it.
Podcast ready at 10:30 on Thursday night.
You know, Doug, I don't fault you for it, man. I don't fault you for it.
I appreciate that.
You're a good dude. So
I'm just a human, you know.
But you are human.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be the first to admit it.
So,
well, to be honest, I actually am a little bit at a loss. Someone called me recently. An awesome carver called me recently and said, "Hey, what do you do to bark? Like, finish it." And I was like, the same thing I do to anything else. I clear coat it with a hardening finish, like a poly or a lacquer, and then a teeny tiny bit of wax. If I'm gonna finish bark, that's what I do.
Yeah. I never had good luck with the spray.
Oh no, not the spray, the brush on.
Oh, okay.
Yep. The only spray that I use, I've been using the spray for the whittles, just because there's not as much going on, so it's a little easier.
Okay.
For it to penetrate. But no, and so this lady said, "Oh, have you tried the dead flat spray from so and so?" I said, "No." She says, "Oh, it's awesome. It doesn't darken the wood very much, and it almost looks like nothing's on there, but it protects the wood." And I was like, "Tell me where I can sign up. I'm in."
Yeah.
So I bought some, and it's coming tomorrow, and I'm excited to try it.
I bought an acrylic spray, and it went white.
Was it dead matte?
No. I can grab it.
Yeah, grab it. We should show the audience what not to buy.
I think I can grab it. Where did I put it?
Doug, this is dead space. This is not good for the podcast.
All right, here it is. This is Deco Art Americana Sealer Finisher Acrylic.
That's spray paint. That's white spray paint, Doug.
No, it's not.
Just
Sealer Finisher. But it's white. I didn't like it.
What if they mispackaged the... Oh, I want a LaCroix. Now I'm going to give you some dead space. I'm going to go get a drink.
He's drinking LaCroix. I grabbed a bubbly, which apparently my wife has had for a year, and she didn't like it. So I'm drinking it because she didn't get me my Canada Dry.
That is what being a man is all about.
What's that?
Drinking and eating the crap that your wife doesn't want.
Yes. I don't mind it. It's fine.
Cheers.
So, anyway, that went white, but when I put oil on it, it took the white out, but I was like, why? I don't want it. There's no reason for it, so. Didn't paint white, it just went chalky white, so.
Oh.
But I like to finish the bark because I don't like when you touch it with your fingers, though you can put oily marks and stuff, and it just looks dirty after time, right?
Right.
I want to keep something on it, that's why.
Right. Exactly. So it's probably not ideal to leave it so raw. I mean, it's just not. No, it's not ideal. It's not good. Because even if you leave it raw and it's in a pretty stable environment, there's not a climate controlled environment. I mean, unless you have this like museum with perfect climate control and humidity control, the temperature is going to change, and the radial shrinkage rate is going to cause that wood to crack.
Well, that too, but also if it's in the sun or not in the sun, it'll change. Right. So
that's a good point too. If it's in the sun, it's going to heat up. And
I got one about this size that I didn't do anything with, and I went and screwed it on my fence outside. I want to see what happens.
The bark?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to hold on 1 second. I got to grab something outside.
It's show and tell time, but this was a disaster starting out this podcast, so that's why he's back inside with his poor internet or whatever. So,
right. So I'm trying an experiment like that where I take an old dude, like a creepy old guy. I don't know, you can't really even see him, but
Yeah, it's
The light stinks in here. Can you see him a little bit?
Yep. Oh yeah.
Okay, so I made him all like rough, kind of like bark. Tried to make him look
Yeah, I
like bark.
see. I was trying to figure that out. It's a little bit choppy, so it's hard to see the detail, but I can see it's bumpy. Yeah.
But I'm gonna leave him outside, and I've been watering him, like spraying him down every day or every
Yep.
other day.
Yep.
And I'm trying to do this with a couple of them. I haven't done it in years, but yeah, same idea.
Yeah, I just want to see it weathered in gray and see what happens and what it looks like.
Oh, it's so cool. I got away from it because I got late. I just kind of lazy. It's a, I mean, you have to plan 5 months in advance for it to gray out, right?
Yeah. Well, you can also. I remember making this fella went back to the home that he grew up in, and he had an old water pump that he got off the property that he grew up at.
Okay.
And he wanted me to make him a big handle, so I made him a big old handle to go onto the old cast pump. And he wanted it to look old, so I also took a steel wool and vinegar. And the steel wool reacts with the vinegar, and it creates a aging. It turns stuff gray.
I've heard about that.
Yeah, but I'm hoping the actual weather will do a better job. Because you can paint it gray if you wanted to.
True.
Right? But I want to see if get some little cracks or some bugs or something.
Yes.
Anything. Yeah.
You can't replicate that, like the grain raising.
No. And getting wet and then dry and wet and dry, wet and dry. Yeah.
But I don't know. Tell me what you think. I feel like when I'm spraying it down with water, it's accelerating the process, but
it would be if it's getting the sun and
right,
different temperatures and everything. Yeah.
Right. Or at least distressing it.
Yep.
So, dude, I tell you what, this carving took me like, I'm serious, it took me probably like 9 hours or 7 hours. Just it's so dumb. It doesn't look it's not worth it. But just trying to get the bark texture.
That's fun.
It's stupid. Just trying to get the bark texture on there.
You want to tell you here? Let me tell you a little story.
Yeah.
Before you tell us what you've been up to this week, my big excitement yesterday was now that we have the bush, right? So now that I'm walking around with just looking at all the trees and trying to figure out what's what and what's where, and we had some trees that I couldn't quite figure out what they were because I never really knew what they were. Turned out to be bitter nut hickory.
Bitter nut hickory.
Yeah, it's a hickory. But we had a whole clump of like 30 of the trees, and I didn't know what they were. So I got an app on my phone. You take a picture. It scans the leaves or the bark even. You can just take a picture of the bark and tells you exactly what it is.
Cool.
It was so fun. I walked around
cool.
Just taking pictures, and it would scan and tell you what was. And the exciting thing is that, well, you've seen the bush, at least in videos, how all the ash trees are all died and they've all fallen over.
Yep.
But the last few years, we've had this scrub coming up. And then it's really taken over in between all the fallen logs. It's all getting scrubbed. Some of it's 6-7 feet high already, and I didn't know what it was.
Right.
Last night, I just figured out it's all green ash.
Oh, it's ash?
It's ash. So the ash is all coming back.
Cool.
That's very exciting.
That is cool.
But I wonder if the ash trees said when the beetle came, they all got together and said, "Okay, guys, we're in trouble. Seed down like crazy." Right. Because it's just solid. Like they have to choke each other out for survival. There's so many babies coming up. So
that's cool.
Yeah, it's super cool. Nature is fun.
It is so fun, and I want that app because Google Lens does some of that, but it's not accurate at all.
Well, to be fair, it is called Picture This.
Picture This.
Now, it's they wanted you get 7 days for free.
Okay.
And then they'll get you for, I think it's like $39 for the year.
That's not too bad though.
No, but to say again is that I walked around last night and looked at every tree I ever wanted to look at, and I'm not going to buy it.
Yeah, right. Get it done now.
So, yeah, no, it's great.
I know there are people out there on the school using the week trial and just trying to soak up all the carving videos.
Yep.
I don't blame them. I would do the same thing.
Well, if funds are limited,
right?
Then yeah,
do what you can.
I know that there's about 1 billion Chinese people that watch my videos for free because they stole every video I've ever made.
Yes. What is it? Is it like Rumble or something? There's an app out there that's got a couple of mine too.
I forget what it's called. I think it starts with a Z or something, but it's like the Chinese YouTube. It has every single one of my videos I've ever made on it.
That's so screwy.
And there's nothing you can do about it. But
yeah, I can't. I don't even care to. I don't know. It's just so stupid.
What do I care?
Yeah. But
maybe there'll be more carvers.
There's just a bunch of mini U's in China now.
Yep. So tell us what you've been up to, because I know you've been very busy.
Well, I have been nitpicking little tiny problems with this carving, just way overthinking it and trying to make it better. For the main project for the school and the book. I shouldn't say main project for the school, main project for the book, and it's also going to be part of the school. So, and it's like, I wish it was one of those, when you're teaching something, you want to have like an end in mind and know where you're going.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, this one is one of those videos where I got done recording part 1. I sent it to my video guy. I just gave him the card. I didn't even look at the files. He said part 1 was 3.5 hours long. I was like, and this is my video guy's first day on the job, basically, right? Like, I told him the videos would be an hour. Wow. So I just lost track of time. I mean, I was really only shooting short clip. Just to give you an idea of how long this carving is taking me, these are like short little snippets of the project. So multiply that times, 10 or something.
Yeah.
Is how long I've been working on this stupid thing. So,
well,
anyway, so it's like a female. It's like a female face. I did it. It's a lot like, I don't know if you've seen the Birch Woman that I finished, like with the kind of not homely looking, kind of, kind of normal looking, a little bit weathered kind of looking woman, and tons of flowers and leaves and stuff, and like an owl. This is based on that, but they wanted it to be more like feminine, traditionally feminine, and like a little bit.
She's cute.
Thanks. I'm trying. So
I like her.
But I was telling you earlier, I do feel like part of me is like looking at it like a picture of a supermodel face on the internet and trying to copy it. Kind of feels like, I kind of want.
I'm glad that I told you to take sandpaper and get all those little kiss marks off the lips. That was
you're gross.
That was weird.
Yeah, I felt really gross about that too. Yeah,
it'd be fine if you didn't wear chapstick, but your chapstick put marks on the.
I've been using this new finish, guys. It's called chapstick.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
Ew.
She's so cute. Oh,
disgusting.
Hey, folks, it's 10:30 at night. We can be silly.
Yeah, it's about. Yeah, exactly. It's actually kind of fun doing it at night because I feel like my inhibitions are gone at this point.
Yeah,
I'm tired.
But, no, I got a sneak peek of that carving, and it's pretty sweet. So
thanks, man.
Yeah.
But it has taken many left turns. Like there was a point yesterday where I was working on it, and I was 100% sure it was a dude.
Yeah.
It was a dude. It turned into a dude. I could not figure out why. I had everyone over, my neighbor, my mom, my wife, everyone was in the shop trying to help me problem solve it. And it all had to do with
the jaw.
The width. It wasn't even the jaw line, like this part. It was like the silhouette. Like from here to here comes way down.
Okay.
Like this part comes in. And I had this kind of square in the back, mostly. In the front was good, but back here, it was kind of wide, and it made her look very Tough.
Huh.
Anyway.
Well, that's why people always ask. I always carve like 10 of the little creatures before I make the videos, because I can't, to do a one-off to teach.
Yeah.
Is the hardest thing imagine, like, because you're winging it.
Right.
There's no, so that's why I do so many carvings before I make a video, is because I have to know where I'm going, or
Yes.
else I'm just talking. Like,
right. Or just demonstrating. You're just showing people what you're doing.
Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah, I'm just demonstrating. Yeah.
And that's what this. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, which would be ideal. It would save me like days.
Right.
Right.
Right. Yeah. So the only way I found to combat that is just take little snips and then work on it on my own.
Yeah.
And then what I've learned, I take that and then I go, here's a 2-minute clip. Okay, so this is what happened. The jaw was way too thick. I narrowed it down. Now we're in business. So I try to turn that into a learning lesson in the video. So
yeah,
I think it's going to be a good video for those who are like really, really committed, because it's a long video. So,
or it'll be people will save money on their sleep aids.
Try to drink, dude. You gotta wait until I swallow. Jerk. 100%. 100% fall asleep to that. My wife falls to sleep to my videos at night.
I have a buddy lives near me, and he said that he watches my videos in bed at nighttime, and his wife always goes, "Are you watching Doug again?" Yeah. Yeah. Something else that we can talk about, because it's got me hacking a bit, is the fires.
Yes, let's talk about the fires. But I also want to hear what you're up to. So whichever order, you can talk about the fires first if you want. But
well, since last week, I think I showed a couple of these little men, and I'm probably up to. Well, I got 2 more unpainted ones here, so I'm up to about 8 of them. But I haven't decided. I'm having a bit of a conundrum in that I don't know which way to take everybody. I don't.
Dude,
know.
I love the speaking of jaw angle, I love all the variation you have in every one of those faces.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I was just mixing up. Well, I started out, I was just gonna do bald guys. It's just gonna be bald guys, right?
Right.
And then
that's awesome.
I couldn't help but I started putting hair on them. But
I feel like that guy with the gray hair, I know that dude. I've seen him before.
This one.
I've seen that dude.
Yeah, he's trying to be young, but he's not. Right? He's kind of a Jay Leno.
Yeah, he does kind of look like Jay Leno.
But if you can see the profile.
Yep.
So in the past, all of my little guys were a lot flatter faced.
Yeah.
So I've been experimenting and really pulling out that nose area.
Solid. Yep.
But the question I had, and I don't know what to do, is I brought in gouges for to make better eyes. I'm using gouges in a V tool, whereas most of my carvings have only been with a knife for the tutorials.
Right.
So now I'm wavering if I should go back and just do knife work or include the gouges to make better eyes. Because I do think they make better eyes when you have a gouge.
A gouge.
Yeah. Yep. So
that's tough because
I'm not in a hurry to get the video out, because views are so down. This summer, can't blame anybody at all. It's time to be outside and goofing off.
Exactly.
So
yep.
That's why I was so excited to attack a bark carving tonight, because I was just like, I'm taking the night off of YouTube and I'm just going to do something for me. And yeah, I was just giddy the whole night just making him. And I'm like, I'll probably make another one tomorrow, because I just I'm in the mood.
That's fun.
When I introduced the 1x1 series, I'm like, why make big carvings? We can have these little carvings. You can put them in your pocket and take them everywhere. But I've made a dozen of these things, and I just want to do something totally different because of the way our brains work, that can't stay doing the same thing. So
yeah, that's great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think I think it's good. I was just gonna. Oh, what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought about your bark carving something. It doesn't matter, but that's cool. I think it's. I feel the same way. I think I was saying it earlier. I like going from the simple to the bigger stuff, and then back to the simple. Oh, you know what I was gonna say? Funny comment to your point. You've made this point and harped on it on the show like many times. And a woman messaged me saying, "I'm a member of the school. I started off with one of your beginner projects, beginner faces, and I thought it was way too hard. So now I'm working on an advanced one, and
Okay.
it's going easier."
Yeah.
And I just thought that simplicity is at the other side of complexity thing that you say. There's something to that because the carving was not hard in terms of, like how many cuts, but it was a reduction.
It's the frugality of the cuts.
Yes.
Like there is something to it, but
Yep.
I think hopefully when I teach it though, that's why I do it so many times, is that I know exactly if it's a 2-inch man, 1 inch is the chin,
Right.
3/4 is the back of the head. Angle, there is a basic structure. So,
Yeah.
but trying to figure it out the first couple times is difficult. But after you get it, you're good to go, right?
Right. So, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
But I've got
back to the fires though.
Well, I've got a little cough going just because of a dry. I don't know if it's got anything to do with it, but the smoke.
Yes.
So my brothers are leaving, or were supposed to leave next week to go on a fishing trip. I was supposed to be on a fishing trip. No one's going up north. The north is on fire, but which is not irregular. It's just a little bit early, right? But the places that the fires are a lot more southern than in the past, being farther north. And I was watching this. Ontario has a smoke watch radar, and it shows the smoke patterns. I was going to take a picture and send it to you because you and me are getting the same smoke.
Oh.
So it's just the smoke patterns coming down and around, and we're actually getting it fairly strong.
Right.
So like the picture a radar, a storm is like a red and then yellow and orange, whatever. That's how the smoke is. The smoke's like a brown, and the brown, the worst of the smoke, it comes in waves down to us. So like sometimes it's really bad and sometimes it's just there. But
wow.
Tonight I saw the sun setting clearly for the first time in a few days.
Okay.
Tomorrow's going to be bad again. Like there's advisories to
really,
if you
mask
have
up.
Well, they say that no one's going to want mask up, but if you do have breathing troubles, to stay inside.
Right.
So,
well, I do have breathing problems at times, but it's not bad enough to know. I'm not noticing anything.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm a little aggravated, but what I noticed was you mentioned a couple of days ago that it smelled funny.
Mm-hmm.
I did not notice that until this morning when it was supposedly better. And it was like, I went outside to the shop and it was like an acrid smell. Like it wasn't like a pleasant smell.
It's not a nice campfire smell, is it? It's like a campfire with some shingles in it or something, or a tire.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's not pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't come up from the south.
I used to always joke that we need to.
Sorry, that was rude. I apologize.
Oh, I missed it.
Oh, I just said I'm surprised it didn't come up from the south when you said tire burning. I'm just teasing.
What was I saying? I used to always tease about having a wood smoke cologne.
Yeah,
that's such a nice smell, but this is not that.
No,
I love campfire smell. But
so apparently we were like number 2 a couple of days ago in the world, in terms of air quality, worst air quality in Detroit, and then you're right neighboring.
Yep.
So
Casey Neistat just did a video on New York is horrible too.
Number 1, the worst.
Yeah. Well, it's not just the Ontario fires too. There's fire in Ohio right now too.
Is there?
Yep.
Huh.
Yep. So, and if you got the prevailing westerly winds, but anyway, yeah, it's strange times. But who wants to go camping and not have a campfire? Like fire bans across the whole province, right? I can still have a campfire here, but there's no brush burning or anything like that allowed.
Wow.
But a recreational small fire, not recommended, but allowed, they said.
Interesting.
Yeah.
What is a brush burn? I said wow, but then I thought, what the heck? Brush burning? But I even know what that is.
Farm country, so everybody just piles up a bunch of brush and just torches it, and just to clean up and stuff.
I got you.
Open burns, I guess.
Yeah. I see. Oh, I forget that you guys call. Well, I guess we don't really call things brush out here. We call it like twigs. Maybe we do. I don't know. You call the woods the bush.
I do.
I found out that people from up in Upper Michigan call cabins. They call them camps.
Yep, that's a northern thing. It is here too. We're gonna go to camp this weekend. Yep.
Okay.
Because there's always hunt camps or whatever. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
Weird. Oh. So, this is weird, man. It's weird to go outside and have the air outside be worse than the air in your house.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we've had the air purifiers cranked up and otherwise not really doing a lot else different.
Yeah, no, I don't really care about it too much. It's just an inconvenience, but you know what?
Right.
My bush isn't on fire, so I better.
Sure.
I'll be happy. I can't complain. So.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but it is a bummer that the trips get canceled, but
no rain in the forecast till next week still.
What I heard for us is that it's going to be quite a while.
Yeah, but it's so dry. Like Sophie cut the grass here today, and she's just covered in dust. Like she's just blown. It's just so dry. All the grass is dead. The only thing that grows is the weeds.
Right.
And just blowing just dust up in the air, and
it's gross.
Brutal.
Yeah, it's gross.
But those bushes up there with all the spruce and the pines and the needles and stuff is just so dry. Like that fire is just blowing through there. The one fire we were watching near the lake that my brothers were going to, it was I think it was 1,600 hectares on the day before yesterday. A hectare is 2.7 acres or something.
Okay.
And then the next day it had doubled to 3,400 or something. In a day. So now the lake that they were going to, the fire is right now, it's only 3 kilometers away from the lake. So they still want to go up there. And I said, there's no way. There's no way. They'll have the roads closed off and everything. Like,
will they?
Yeah. But they're all.
Do people die in camp? Do people die in fires like that?
Yeah, I suppose they can, but
right.
We always said if you got, they were going to camp on an island, and they said, well, worst case scenario, you just get a wet towel, whatever. Mm-hmm. The fires can hop the lakes or catch the islands on the way, but the worst thing is wherever you park your vehicles, they'll be burned. So.
How do you jump? How does a fire jump the lake?
It's just so hot and carries all the ash and stuff with it. But yeah, they jump they do. They just jump lakes. Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, that's an inferno when it comes across. Like, yeah,
killing wildlife and all kinds of stuff. I bet.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. And then 2 years later, everything is just green and lush and beautiful. Like that's nature's way of cleaning up the forest. So.
Right. It's kind of. I've heard it's kind of good. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I'm ignorant. But isn't it good for the soil or something?
That's fantastic. Oh yeah, they do controlled burns just for that reason.
Do they?
Yep. Just to refresh. Yep.
Interesting.
There's some seed pods like pine cones and stuff too that only open under heat. They need the heat to seed themselves.
Wow.
Yep. It's just a cycle. It's part of nature. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yep. What's not part of nature is yin yangs flicking cigarette butts out the window in the dry.
Right. Lighting the whole dang forest on fire.
Yeah. But lightning starts a lot of fires. Trains start a lot of fires too. So
The sparks from the rails.
Yeah. But
Yep. So anything else you've been up to?
no, just working away. Yep. Well, I think I sent you a video last week in the bush. We got the backhoe in there. We're trying to join up our roads and stuff and fill in some low spots. And we dug this little pond. And right away, the water started coming up. And when I say little pond, I mean a little pond. It was just to get the dirt to fill in a low spot. Right. So maybe it's 20 by 12 or 25 by 12. Anyway, I took my trail camera, and we left there at about 5:30 at night on Saturday. Mm-hmm. And I went back Sunday afternoon and checked my card. I had over 20 different deer drinking. Wow. Already, just like that. They weren't scared of the fresh diggings or anything, or the smell of us the day before. They're all in there, and it's beautiful. They made them a watering hole.
Kind of crazy. Is there water nearby there?
There's a river, but it's a ways away.
Ways away.
Yeah.
Huh. So they're just after the water.
Yeah, but it's really cool to be Anyway, I was just happy that I put my camera there. Like the first night, they were there already. So.
Do you think you'll put another trail cam video out? That last one was fun.
It was fun, but nobody cares anymore about them. Like,
right.
I love that video with the coyotes taking.
That was crazy.
Eggs and stuff.
So cool.
And then right after that, I did a camping test of my Jeep, and like, I wouldn't say half the views, but pretty close to half the views of a carving video. So. I guess I've turned my outdoor people into carvers, or the outdoor people are gone.
Right. Right.
So some things I might just do for myself and enjoy them instead of always thinking about it as a job and making a video. And
right.
Yep.
Yeah. I like that.
Yeah. But I love having, like I said, we spent so much time this year making roads and trails and stuff, and probably 3 or 4 nights a week now. We just take all the dogs out and run the trails, and it's great.
Yeah, I saw a picture, and it literally is. It looks like a public park that's been like
because they're greened up and the roads are it is nice. I like it. Yeah.
Yep, the wood chip trails and everything. It's so nice.
I'd like to blow up the highway that's beside it, though.
We could work on that.
Get rid of the traffic, but otherwise it's nice. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. I tried to. I talked to a buddy of mine recently on the phone about my video. One of my last videos where I talked about how I messed up the school. Like all the links for my online school were bad for like the last 2 months.
Yeah.
Because when I copied and pasted them in, I copied them from a YouTube video, and it was like abbreviated, and it copied the Anyway, the link was bad. So I'm looking at my school reports, and it's just like falling off. Like people aren't finding out about the school. I have no idea why. Sure enough, yeah. And I told him about that, and then I told him I made a video, and then he was like, "Man, you did this thing, and you turned it in. You basically were talking about your school." And I was like, "Yeah, I wonder if people think like when I say like." The school is a good resource, they think I'm bragging or something. And he was like, well, I think it would only be bragging if you weren't able to like be critical of yourself. A light bulb popped up on the top of my head. I need to do a critique of my more recent work, or maybe like since I've been like doing it for work as a job, like as an adult. And so today I made a video where I literally just took all of the earlier professional carvings that I was trying to sell, and some of them were pretty nice. Like I put lots of time into. Yeah. But some of them were just crazy bad, and it was fun.
I'll be curious to see how the comments go, because I took one of my first carvings.
Yeah.
Do you remember that video where I took a carving? It was about a 6-inch tall carving, and I ran it straight into the bandsaw. So I put a line right down the center.
I remember this. Yep.
And I recarved this one side like I would carve it today.
Mm-hmm.
This side was all flat and just terrible.
Yes.
And maybe, of course, some of the comments were like, "Oh, it looks so much better." Most of them were like, "Oh, I would have been happy with the first one." You wrecked your first carving, and you know, it's a big difference.
Yeah.
But
somebody did comment like, "I think you're nitpicking."
Yes, for sure.
Right.
Yeah,
probably true, but that was the point of the video. So
that is the point. Yeah,
it was just a random off idea, but I think it's good to, I think he had a point that he didn't realize he was making, which was like, I mean, if you're gonna do a video critiquing your students' work, where's your video critiquing your work?
Yeah.
So that was good for me.
And to be fair, like I don't see you as that way at all. Regardless, like there are some people that like, I'm a wood carver, and this is how I carve, and this is the only way to carve, and do it my way, or because I'm the greatest, and that those people I can't even talk to them. Yeah, I'm the king of making fun of myself.
Yeah,
you have to.
Self-deprecation is the best.
How can you take yourself seriously? I don't know.
Right. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous to do that. So ridiculous.
There's always someone better than you out there. That's for sure.
Yes, and I feel like that awareness is humbling, and then you just stop being all wound up, and it helps. Just thinking about, I talk to young carvers all the time, and I just think, not all the time, but members of the school who are starting out young in their carving journey, and I just can see some of these people, and I'm like, this jerk is just gonna soar past me. I know it.
It's not the same line, but it's the same. And in that I was listening to a guy talking about he had some struggles in his life, and he was very rigid and was very and he said he never lost those struggles until he learned to soften and relax.
Yeah,
and that's when things changed. Is when he could relax.
Yep.
Take a breath and just, but to go at something all rigid and nervous or like you said, too professional or
right.
Perfection.
Nitpicking everything.
Perfection would give you that rigidity too. That's got to be perfect, and nothing but perfection is, and you just relax and just.
Yeah. Dude, that's why I called my brother like day 3 into doing this woman's face for the book, and I was just like, dude, he could just tell I was freaking out. He's like, you think maybe you're just having a problem with it because it's for your book, and then you're trying to do all this stuff like a video with it, take pictures and video, and it's your big thing,
Yeah.
It just absolutely freezes you. Like every decision you think you're analyzing, like, should I take this out? Maybe not. And then it makes you not want to work on it.
Yeah. Well, you're not always on either.
That's true.
Like you said, like you should almost do a warm up, and especially for videos too, like a warm up and talking.
Yes.
I'm always solitary. I'm always by myself.
Yep.
So I guarantee you minimum 5 introduction takes.
Yep.
And I'll be going, "Hey everybody, Doug here. Today we're gonna." Oh crap. Okay. Hey everybody. Like, I don't even know, my words aren't even flowing half the time. That you gotta warm up your gums to get flapping.
Yeah. Same. Did I ever tell you that I posted a video of myself doing all the, oh crap, I got to do that again, but I accidentally put those all in, in one of my videos for the school?
Oh.
My buddy, one of my first subscribers, called me. He's this really nice dude from Missouri, and he's super nice, super generous guy, nice guy, and he was like, "Hey Alec, I noticed that you in one of your videos, you're like, you're cursing and Like, what?
I thought
like,
you were a Christian.
Yeah. I'm like, I am a Christian. He's like, yeah, you're just saying, oh crap, and dang nabbit, and all this stuff. And I don't think you meant to put it in there, I don't know, but I don't think you meant to put it in there. It's almost like you kept messing up, but then you didn't edit it out.
Yeah.
So I went on there and like no editing whatsoever.
No.
I don't know what happened to this day.
I don't know how you can do that. Yeah, that's.
How does that happen, Doug?
Well, it's called not previewing it before you upload it.
Yes. I've learned.
Yeah,
I've learned from my mistakes.
It's called cutting corners. Yes.
Well, anytime I get in a rush, like I did that today. I made a video. I made the one I told you about, posted it, and then my buddy texted me and he's like, "Dude, I can barely hear your voice over the music." So it's like, had to delete it, re-upload it.
Yeah. Oh well. Well, it's bedtime.
Yeah, it is. Thanks for doing this. This is super last minute, and I think it's a treat that we get a couple doses of Doug.
Well, some may think otherwise, but that's what you get. Well, to be fair, the alternative is you sitting there talking to yourself. So
you couldn't let that happen, huh?
No, I couldn't let that happen. I couldn't. I'd need something to watch tomorrow.
Yeah. All right. Thanks again, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Peace. Take your vitamins.
Ah.